Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Hi, my name is Josh Morelli, and I'm the directing manager of the Keene location of Fact TV. And today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and how to set up our basic camera package for regular use and freelance work. So here we have our basic camera bag, and each one is marked or numbered, so everything is going to be in order. And here we have our regular Canon camera, and it's going to be the main one that you use if you come to the Keene station. It's going to have a battery pack and a charge cord and a cable and all of that fun stuff. It's also going to come with one of these, which is a headset. These are our standard issue headphones that we use in the field, and this is what you want to plug into just to make sure that your audio levels are set, and whenever you're recording, you want to make sure that everything you're recording has sound. You always, always, always check to make sure that you have sound. That way you can check your audio levels and make sure everything is running smoothly. We pack every camera bag with a spare battery. Spare batteries like right here. This is what it looks like. It's a little square. All right, and then when you put the battery in, you want to make sure that it connects just like that. That's how you want to have your battery connected to your camera. As you can see, camera is now on and functioning. Now, one thing you never want to forget when you have a camera, especially like one of ours, these Canons, is that you always want to have an SD card inserted into it. So here we have an SD card. It's going to look like one of these. And you take that SD card, and right inside here, there's a little spot. You see that? Opens up, and then you put the SD card into the slot, and you close the slot, and now your camera has a memory card inserted. That way, anything you record on the camera is going to be saved. You don't have an SD card slot in the camera, anything that you shoot is not going to record, it's not going to save. Chances are good, if you try to record without an SD card in the slot, it's not going to let you. So once the camera's on, you want to go to Function and then hit Menu. And then you go to this little icon with the gear and the monitor, and then you want to hit Movie Format. Give me a hard time here. All right. And then you select your format, which we're using MP4 right now. And at the very bottom, you're going to see Initialize SD card. You want to hit that as soon as you start up your camera if you're doing a session, because that is going to clear your SD card of whatever's on it. So now it's going to ask you if you really want to do this. You hit yes, and then you've reformatted your card. Now you've emptied everything that was on there. Anyways, on to the next step. This is an extra bag that we use to carry our charging cables. So here's what the charging cable looks like. It's just a regular cord. This back piece right here, this is what you want to look for. And then on the side of the camera right here, that's where your charging cable is going to go. You're going to plug it right into that little hole right by my fingers. And now the camera doesn't need a battery if it's plugged into the wall. This has limited uses, but if you're filming a municipal meeting or something where the camera doesn't move much, that's usually what you're going to want to do. Now, here we have an external microphone. All of our camera bags have these external microphones. Now, what you do with this is this square peg right here slides on top of this metal indentation on the end here. Slides on top, and then it locks into place with this circular spinny on the bottom of the mic. And then once that's locked into place, you're going to plug this you're going to plug this into the side of your camera. Now you're going to have accessibility with your mic. And as soon as you have this on top, you're not going to be using the internal mic of the camera. Now it's going to be using the external mic. And because this is a shotgun mic, you're going to have much better sound when you use this. So you always want to make sure that this is plugged in. You might have a different model, you might have a different type, but you always want to have whatever microphone is in your case plugged in on top. This specific one has an on-off switch right here. On the back, you can see the green light comes on when it's switched on. So on the actual camera itself, these are your audio settings. Now, when you're messing with the mic, you're always going to want to check these to make sure that they're set correctly. You have input 1, input 2, and then you have channel 1, channel 2, and then you have the volume settings. And if you're not set to the correct thing, which is you want this mic up on top to be plugged into input 1, and then you usually either want to have phantom power on, which is 48 volt, or if it doesn't need the power, then you just want it on input 1. And you always want to make sure that you check your settings for that. Okay. So this is the camera with no tripod mount. This is your tripod mount. What you want to do is connect it right to this little hole down on the camera. And then once that's connected, you just screw it in like this. And there you go. Now you have your tripod mount connected, and then this would be put on the tripod itself. So this is a tripod. This is a nice model. This is the one we use at the Keene Station, and I'm going to show you how to set this up. This is one you might use if you're taking out one of our cameras to go to a freelance job, to shoot an event, something along those lines. Now, when you set up the tripod, you're going to have two arms like this. These arms help you move around the camera. This is the mount for the camera itself. So, also, there's a level on the back here. Now, the level has a little bubble in the center that you always want to match up so that it's inside of the circle. And once that happens, it means that your camera is now level and you're not going to have any crooked footage. So, when you take your tripod, you have your mount. So when you take the camera, you're going to want to slide the mounts just like this, nice and easy, so that they connect. Now your camera is going to be a little slippery on here, so you want to make sure and take this level over here and tighten that up. Now, you have a perfectly mounted camera right on the tripod. Now, over here, there's a little joystick. This joystick right here raises the camera up and lowers the camera back down. So this is what you want your final setup to look like when you have the camera on. You always want to have the mic on top, then you want to have the camera attached to the tripod mount securely with both arms functioning. You want to make sure that it's level and all your legs are extended as much as they can go. And that's the basics of setting up a camera on a tripod mount. All right, thank you. That's our quick tutorial on how to put together a camera and all the necessary pieces that you're going to need if you take out one of our camera bags. Have a good day.